comes up to start the fourth for the Yankees. Down 6-3. Got 2 runs in the third inning to chip away a little bit. And Volpe leads off against Mason Fluharty with a cutter high. Volpe struck out his first time and has struck out 9 of his last 13 times at the plate. Flashing back to what it was looking like for a lot of the second half when there were calls for his spot. Had a strong last couple of weeks. He's been dealing with a shoulder injury for a lot of the year that kind of flew under the radar. But he got a shot in that shoulder in early September. Been much better since. 24-year-old in his third year. A lot of pressure coming with where he plays, where he's from. He's a local guy that grew up a Yankees fan, and Yankees fans are very familiar with his story at this point. But for the rest of you joining us from around the country, getting to know these teams this postseason, he wanted to be the next Jeter, and then he blinks, and he is. He's the shortstop for the Yankees, and the top prospect coming up with a lot of expectations and a lot of pressure. He's down on strikes again here. 1 gone in the fourth inning. T-Mobile is the best network in the game, and it's now the best network in America. Here's Wells. Mason Fluharty was back and forth between the Blue Jays and AAA for a lot of this year. Like a few guys, came up, had a great finish to the regular season, made his case to be a leverage arm, and they were looking for as many left-handed relievers as they could find. Even some guys that had hardly pitched in the majors, like Justin Brule, hadn't been here in a month. They carried him, specific to this Yankees lineup, that they've been able to silence.
Yeah, and they knew going in, obviously, once they saw who they were going to play. The Yankees have a lot of left-handed bats in their lineup. That's how they stocked and made decisions. 2 starters didn't make the roster, and Scherzer and Bassett. They put in some extra lefties. Look for one of those guys, if not both, maybe to make the roster moving forward if the Blue Jays were to go on and win.
Money right now would be on Blue Jays Mariners, as the Mariners have taken game 3 from the Tigers in convincing fashion in Detroit. I guess I shouldn't totally speak yet. It's 8-3, bottom of the 9th. Not over till it's over. Oh, now it's 8-4. Pete Macheska tells me. Panic, Seattle.
Make the fan base do math. That's what we were talking about in Toronto.
Get your calculators out. Full count on Wells with the top of the order on deck. One more hitter for Fluharty, the left-handed batting Trent Grisham, and then you've got Judge. And you saw Lewis Varland, who has been their highest leverage right-handed arm, ready to go for him. 3-2. In the left. Barger's out. He says that he's got it and then loses the ball. Wells into second. Barger in the game as a pinch hitter earlier, not for his defense. They give up some defense and bringing him in, and it shows right there.
Yeah, I don't think this is his fault. I think the left fielder got to call him off. When the ball's up that high and the third baseman's got to go with his back to home plate, I think this is the left fielder, and he just gives way to him.
And this is from the woman over there.
You just earned 5% cash back on that. Also, if I start a conga line, will you join?
Earn 5% cash back at different categories each quarter on up to $1,500 in purchases when you activate.
That's what happened.
Looked like he was calling it pretty strongly, though.
Well, he's
still
supposed to
call him off.
Yeah, you got to call him off. I mean, that's too far to travel as a third baseman as compared to a left fielder coming in and seeing the angle way better.
It was an error that opened the door for the first Yankees run. It was an error on Connor Falefa in the first, and this normally airtight Blue Jays defense has given the Yankees some life.
Well, the Yankees know all too well what happened to him last year in the 5th inning, and it started with a fly ball.
Grisham. 1-1.
And they were on the opposite side of that in a negative way.
It has had the feeling throughout this series so one-sided that the only way the Yankees could get going was if they got a little bit of help. They have here in Game 3. Blue Jays this close to advance into the championship series for the first time in almost a decade.
Well, just think how many times in this brief 3 games that we've talked about the tying run coming to plate for the Yankees. Hasn't been very much.
Grisham can reach. It will in the form of Judge. That almost hit him, and it's ball 3. This is going to be the last batter for Mason Fluharty. Grisham. Aaron Boone's picked the click today, and a hitter's count right here. Ball takes ball 4, and Judge is coming up. The game has again found Aaron Judge. John Schneider will call on Lewis Varling. Judge with another chance to make his mark. Aaron Judge to face Lewis Varling, who has been the top guy in this Blue Jays bullpen so far in this postseason.
He came in to face Stanton with the bases loaded and 2 outs and struck him out right after him with a couple breaking balls and then a heater.
Chopper down the line and foul. Judge against Varland in his career is 2 for 5 with a pair of home runs. In this game, he's 2 for 2. He's hitting .500 in this postseason.
Varland, a little different pitcher now with the Jays, a starter in Minnesota. His velocity has gone way up as a reliever for the Blue Jays.
Tom touch 101 in that at-bat against Stanton you were talking about. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And a swing and a miss at 100, strike 2. How many chances? Is Aaron Judge going to get?
This is a fastball with just, I mean, that's a great swing. Just a tick late.
One of the early turning points of this series, the 6th inning with the bases loaded, nobody out in Game 1, battling against Kevin Gausman, who struck out. His biggest spot since. On a 2-strike pitch. Hits a drive down the line. If it's fair, it's his moment. It is. It's tied. Judge has arrived. Bellinger to left center field. Schneider's got it. Aaron Judge and the Yankees take advantage of the air.
If you keep giving him chances like his regular season, the numbers are going to start turning. This was 3 inches, and that 3 inches off the foul pole may have turned this series and Aaron Judge into a different conversation.
For 10 years, that ball has sailed wide to the left and just missed the foul pole. This time it hits it. Judge has his first home run of the postseason. It's a game-tying 3-run shot. And the Yankees have come back from down 6-1, facing elimination here in Game 3 to tie it. And it's only the 4th inning.
I was going to say, are we in the 8th?
Jeez. Ball. 1-1 on Rice.
Well, and now, again, a lot of game left. But you talked about it. We touched on it. Tomorrow's the bullpen game. He pushed the gas, and rightfully so, to try to put a nail in the coffin, and now the game is tied, and he's going to have to use a lot of resources in the rest of this game. He could still win it, and then use a lot of those resources tomorrow.
Well, like I was saying, Jeter said about the 2001 season, they knew if they could just win the one game, they felt like it was over. If they got the one win, they thought the pressure went on the A's. They got that one. When they rolled the A's in Game 4 and won it in Game 5. Yankees are saying if we can just win this game, we got Cam Schlittler going tomorrow, and who knows in Game 5 we get it back to Toronto.
And as crazy as this game is turning out to be, it really was a drop fly ball that has really spun this game into the Yankees' favor after a walk, an easy pop-up.
It was a drop fly ball that bottomed out Aaron Judge's postseason resume, and it's a drop fly ball that reopens that book and allows him to write a new chapter.
The only thing better would have been is if this was the 5th inning, right? I mean, this ball is going to be caught 99 out of 100 times.
And again, Barger was in the game because he pinch hit earlier. John Schneider was going for a big hit in the 3rd inning. They made a change that made a defense that was already not as good as the normal lineup would be. They were playing for a little more offense in the outfield. Made it even worse in the infield. And the two guys that are in there because of their bats, Schneider in left, Barger at 3rd, together on that play let him down. And Judge took advantage. He finally has his big October moment. Will it extend that of the Yankees? They were down 6-1. They've tied it up. And now who knows where this is headed.